What is going on, everybody? Welcome back once again to the channel. So today we have a new trailer to check out, and that is the Toy Story 5 official trailer that was just released about 2 weeks ago, but I haven't gotten the chance to check it out. I didn't even know about it, to be honest, until, well, I went to the movies, this last weekend, and I watched Hoppers, which, by the way, was an excellent movie. You guys have to check that out. I think I'm gonna go back with my wife's family and check that out, because the last time we went, it was with my family. So we're going to go with hers and see if we can watch that again, because that's definitely a rewatchable movie. Check that out, you guys, when you, I got to turn on these notifications here. Check that out when you get the chance. But now, going into this Toy Story 5 trailer, I've seen all of the films. I think the first one is still my personal favorite, just because, well, that's the first one I saw. And every time I saw a new one coming out, it was just nostalgia for me, seeing Tim Allen as Buzz and what's his name? It's not coming to me right now. As Woody. Oh my gosh, this is killing me right now. What's his name? Okay, I know you guys are probably screaming right now. It'll come to me, I promise. It'll come to me, but anyways, hearing those voices again, just really brought back memories. Every time I see a movie like a new Toy Story film, I always go back to the first one, but it just doesn't feel, no matter how many I see, they don't feel like that first one. It was almost cozy to watch. It was super soothing, you know what I mean? Just maybe it's because of the environment. I don't know. But of course, throughout the years, as they've been releasing new films, oh, Tom Hanks, there it is. Bling, right? It just came to me. It just came to me. Sorry, I'm copying Peter from Family Guy. Anyways, Tom Hanks as Woody, right? And then Tim Allen as Buzz. And we know we got the Buzz movie with Chris Evans voicing Buzz, but that one didn't really do very well. So it's really nice to finally have your actual Toy Story film back with all the characters from the original film and all these other actors that voice the characters. Now, of course, we know Jim Varney voiced the dog, and, well, he passed away, sadly. That was Ernest, from all the Ernest films. If you guys, those of you who were born, about 10 years ago or maybe less, you're probably not going to know who that is, but, or more than 10 years ago, not going to know who that is, right? But Jim Varney was an awesome comedian. I mean, every time, I don't know if he was a comedian, but he had comedy films, and they were hilarious. I have a whole collection over here to my left. You guys can't see it on the screen, but it's on this side. I have a whole about 6 collections of his films or something like that. So anyways, Jim Varney voiced the dog, and I think unfortunately, I think they had to replace the voice actor, or they brought somebody back, or they digitally brought his voice back to voice the dog. But it's unfortunate they don't have him for this film. But anyways, this one here now is one that I saw a little bit of in the theater when I was, going to see Hoppers. And I tried not to look at it too much, though, because I'm like, no, I want to do a reaction to this. But I did see a couple of clips where they showed like technology pretty much taking over the children's life. Rather than them having toys now, they're having like technology, techie stuff like iPads and phones and things like that. So now the little girl, our main character, right, our main human character, which had the toys passed down to her from Andy, right? Andy grew up, he went to college and all of that. So now she's pretty much the only one with the toys, right? And every other kid has this technology. So I caught a glimpse of the trailer, but just enough for me to know roughly what was going on. So let's go ahead and jump into this, guys, and check this out. But before I do, make sure to subscribe down below and share the video with your friends if you are enjoying the content. And I'm always open to recommendations and anything like that. It takes time for me to sit down and react to videos, but whenever I have the time, I always jump in and do a quick reaction here. So anyways, also I will leave the link for the original video down below in the description area if you guys want to check this out on your own. Okay, but other than that, let's go ahead and finally check out the full trailer and get a better idea of what this film's going to be about.
Do you, Forky, take Kira and Beverly to be your beloved bride?
Yay-ha! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Who poisoned the maid of honor?
Bonnie, There's a package for you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lilypad. Let's play.
Oh, extinction! Not again!
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to
it
talk
is.
to you, Device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it.
it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
Now in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado.
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Dang.
Jesse, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down!
Tech's invaded our house, too.
I don't know,
Oh,
Jesse.
Caterpillar.
Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa, whoa, whoa! I come in
He's
peace.
balding.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup. No way. She's getting away, boss! Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
Tim Allen's back, baby.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on,
Allen's
we'll
back.
die.
Buzz, you stay here. I'm going with them. You don't think I can do it? No! Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again.
It sure is.
It's a rocket. Rockets explode. Man, that scene at the end of the trailer where they had Buzz and Woody at the end of the like hanging from the van or whatever, that reminded me immediately when they're driving that little toy car towards the van where it's carrying all the toys in the boxes, and then they actually light up a little rocket to get to the van. That was such a cool scene. I don't think they've ever done anything like that in the rest of the film, something that epic. So yeah, that's why the first film, the original one, is probably my favorite. But anyways, guys, sorry, I'm still focusing on the first film. So this is the new trailer for the Toy Story 5 film. I thought there was a sixth one already, but this is the fifth one, and I gotta say, man, it looks really good. So they had pretty much the technology taking over, right? We see the little girl being pretty much distracted now and choosing the technology over the toys. Which, I mean, in real life, I gotta say it, Buzz Lightyear, or who was it? Was it Woody or Buzz Lightyear that said, no, it was Buzz Lightyear, right? I believe, where he said that technology does everything. And it's true to an extent where, I mean, a lot of kids and adults are just, the first thing they think of now when they get home is technology. They don't really think about toys. But, I'm not speaking for everybody here because, personally, I don't have any children, but when I would teach, I would hear a lot of kids say, when I get home, I'm going to play video games, or when I get home, I'm going to get on my iPad, or when I get home, I'm going to get on, this device and that device. They never say, like, I'm going to play with my action figures or go outside and play with my action figures. The first thing I did when I got home is I got my toys and I went outside and played with the toys. Even at an older age, I was still doing that. I had a whole collection of toys and I still kept buying some and I would just, play with them. I know it was kind of weird, but I mean, I grew up playing with toys, so it was just something that's really hard to replace with technology only. But technology, we can see that it has lots of wonderful things you can do there. And then now we have, of course, AI, which a lot of people just use for, to to troll people, and they'll use for like trailers, fan-made trailers. It has its negatives and its positives, or its pros and cons, right? And unfortunately, it's taking over things, over jobs and all of that. But anyways, I don't want to dive too deep into that. So we know that that this little device, the lily pad, right? It arrived was given to the little girl as a gift, and now I think it's Bonnie, right? Her name's Bonnie, so it's given to her as a gift, and now she's just hooked on that. And these toys are pretty much trying to win her attention back, so that way they are not forgotten. And I think that's a you know, it's really beautiful, that message there, because that can relate to real people. It's not just material things like toys. People, well, since these toys are alive, they're like people, right? The people feel like they're not being considered anymore, or they're not being noticed that they're even there. They're not being appreciated anymore by their kids, or even by their spouses or other grown-ups around them. And I mean, this can relate also to young children, to little kids. I mean, sometimes the adults are the ones that are stuck on devices. I mean, it can go either way, right? So I love the message they were portraying in this trailer, with especially, you know, with the toys also fading. You know, we see Woody's head kind of fading, relating or connecting to the reality of like getting old and losing hair or going bald, right? Especially when it, you know, it applies to men especially, right? So we see Woody is the first one that starts to go bald, and you can see on top of his head, it's the brown is starting to fade. So I like that little touch they put into the, you know, into Woody's character. That was really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of scenes here that that were going really fast for me, but I mean, at first glance, everything looks really good. We can see that there's going to be a lot of action here, lots of creative ways that the toys are going to try to win Bonnie back, and this computer is clearly going to try to win her over, you know, and stop these toys from getting her back. So I love this. I love this idea of something new replacing something old, but that old is not necessarily forgotten. You know, it does not want to be forgotten. It needs to also remind the, you know, whoever sees it as old, that it still matters, right? That it's still important, even if there is new things coming in. There will always be something new, and then the other things will just keep getting more and more old. But you can still cherish and treasure old things, right? People keep lots of old things around, and nothing like older relationships, you know, that's started teaching you lessons that you can always come back to and remind yourself of old memories and all these things. And then, of course, there's new people, new relationships that you build along your path. But never forget about those old ones that taught you certain things. So I really love that these toys that are getting older are still trying to be persistent, or just be, you know, reminding Bonnie of their importance, and not be replaced by the technology. But anyways, guys, sorry, I'm just going to keep talking here, but well, let me know what you thought about it, about the trailer down below in the comment section. I would like to hear your thoughts, and I will see you all on the next trailer reaction. Take care of yourselves, you guys. Thank you for watching this with me. Peace.